welcome back to Monster of the Week. This week it is not Camping with Cryptids. It is actually Riley's leading this week, and I will be playing as a character, so I'm no longer your... what's it called?
Keeper.
Keeper, yeah. Riley's the keeper.
Yeah. So today, instead of playing Camping with Cryptids, we're playing my campaign, which I've titled Eden's Grove. And we're still playing Monster of the Week, but the premise is going to be a little bit different. And I have kind of messed with the game system a little bit because I like to take game rule books as a starting point, not so much as the like strictures by which you must play. So Eden's Grove is about a small Idaho town that is for whatever reason attracting monsters and all sorts of supernatural weirdness, and not only is it attracting monsters and like magic and like the unexplained and like the uncanny, but it is also attracting various monster hunters. So various monster hunters will just like find themselves drawn to this place without really knowing why. And so everyone's job is going to be in this game to be not only as monster hunters to be killing various monsters, but you're also investigating the town and trying to figure out like what's up with it.
Cool.
And of course, the town is called Eden's Grove. It is fictitious. It would be dope if there was a town in Idaho called Eden's Grove. That would be crazy.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Let's go live there.
So yeah, there's all sorts of monsters and things, and here's where I have differed from the game system a bit. In Monster of the Week, it follows a kind of episodic nature where you have set missions that happen like one after the other, that are all planned and then kind of set forth by the keeper, and the hunters play through them. Well, I've taken a slightly different approach because I thought it would be more fun. So Eden's Grove is going to be open world, and what I have done is I have filled the town with various mysteries, and depending on where you go and who you talk to, you will start different mysteries. So I don't even know what monster or mystery you will be dealing with today. Because I've literally filled the town with all sorts of crazy, and it'll be up to you guys, and what direction and choices you make to kind of decide what mystery we will be playing today, and kind of what we'll be doing there.
I'm very excited to play this.
Thank you.
It sounds great, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Riley's been like telling me every once in a while about some of the stuff that he's been working on, but like
I've been pitching some stuff at her.
Yeah, he's been mentioning stuff, and I don't know where anything is or what we're gonna do with them, but he's been mentioning things that are in it, and I'm very excited to meet it.
I'm really bad at not spoiling my own stuff. So Jamie, would you like to introduce your character?
Okay. I am playing Sheena. She is a Jorogumo who was originally a witch with a pet spider, and because of a mishap in one of her spells, she combined herself with her pet spider, and now she is a Jorogumo.
So, would you like to say what class that is?
The monstrous, obviously.
You're playing monstrous, yeah.
And why not explain Jorogumo for people who haven't studied up on Japanese mythology for like months?
I'm sorry. The Jorogumo is a Japanese monster that is lower half human, top half a sexy woman. And in Japanese mythology, she would lure men by turning into a human and luring them back into a secret hideout and then eat them.
Okay, so what I heard was lower half human and top half sexy woman.
Which I like, because it implies that they're two different things entirely.
Two different humans.
She's only hot from the waist up.
I mean, if you're into sexy spiders, go ahead.
But, okay, lower half spider is what you had meant to say, but you said human.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you did. It's okay.
Yeah, that's why we were joking. You had
Oh.
said lower half human and top half sexy woman.
My bad.
So yeah, you're basically a spider centaur, but you can turn it off for a bit. Do you want to go over your moves?
Yeah, so my moves are cursed, which means I must subsist off of living humans, humanoids. Whenever a perfect opportunity to feed presents itself, you must act under pressure to resist it. So, whenever I'm alone with someone who is humanoid and they are vulnerable, I have to roll to resist eating them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Added to that, I've also got spider bite, which is for harm. I can bite people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Intimate range.
I've got shapeshifter. I have 3 forms. I have human, Jorogumo, and just a plain spider, which I've decided is going to be small spider. And because of that, I gain a +1 to investigate a mystery while using your superior animalistic senses. Multiple spider eyes, sensitive sense of touch, strong sense of smell.
I looked up all the senses spiders were good at, and apparently spiders are really good at smelling, which I did not know before, so that's why I put down strong sense of smell.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that. And then my last one is unnatural appeal. When you may roll plus weird instead of plus charm when you manipulate someone. Because I am sexy.
I mean, yes, but also Sheena is too. Okay.
When I say I mean Sheena. What was that, Emily?
My sarcastic laugh at the flirting attempts.
Not my best, not my worst. Emily, would you like to go?
Yeah, so my character is Flinley Glen, the Wronged. Pronouns they, them. They are from Ireland, and their parents were killed when they were very young, and they were raised by their aunt. And their aunt was superstitious and constantly believed that Finley was replaced by a changeling at birth, and their parents were taken by Fae. So Finley kind of grew up. They have mild autism, and so that's one of the reasons for the aunt believing that they are a changeling.
Bummer.
But they grew up disliking their aunt, and it was only after they actually witnessed their aunt being attacked by a monster attack, and their aunt died, that they set off to revenge not just their aunt, but their parents as well.
I love this small child. How old are they?
Probably like 20.
I love this small child.
Old enough to buy a plane ticket.
Yeah. Alright. So, Finley and Sheena, you've both been drawn to Eden's Grove recently, but not today. You've been here for a few days, and I would like to know where you are both living or where you've made living arrangements.
Okay, so they've been drawn here. Is there any way specifically? Is this a drawn as in you receive a mysterious plane ticket, or is this a drawn as in I see this town that I've never heard of before, I'm gonna go there?
It's a little bit of both, actually. So you you will just find when you're watching the news, you will get news clips of Eden's Grove stuff, or bits of newspaper from Eden's Grove will just be around, and you will pick it up, and it'll be like, I saw Mothman, and he took my Corvette.
Nice, nice.
Sasquatch is real, and he's working behind the Denny's. all sorts of weird stuff, and not only do you just keep finding stuff from.
Are you sure we're watching the news, or are we just reading Tumblr posts? Because
a little bit of both. A little bit of both, but not only that, but you also just feel a strong compel to go there.
All right.
You just feel in your head that that's the place you need to be.
So I'm gonna say that Finley has gone to America maybe to make money as she researches on, or as they research on how to avenge their family, because my idea is that they grew up in the plains of Ireland, so there's no cities and nowhere they could actually get a foothold in. So they went to America to kind of start themselves off. So that's how they eventually got drawn to the city or the town.
Yeah, and also to be fair, this stuff happens globally. I think you have actually, like, you've run into other hunters at this point. Like, you met someone that was using, like, Van Helsing as a code name. And they were like, oh no, yeah, I found a newspaper from this town in, like, Europe. And I followed it here. And, like, you've met all sorts of people, like, people wander in and out of the woods all the time. Like, you are not the only hunters here by any means. Like, there's a lot of, well, when I say a lot, I mean like maybe like around 10 to 20 at any given time. Like, people will just like wander into the woods and not like ever be seen again. And sometimes people you've never seen before will wander out of the woods
Oh.
and be like, ah, yeah, I was trying to freaking find Puck, and like I shot him with my crossbow, but he got away anyway. And like all sorts of weird stuff like
Do
that.
we
Like,
get to meet Puck?
I mean, maybe.
Hell yeah.
It's up to you if you go to the right area.
We gotta find Puck.
Yeah. So I just like to describe the town like a little bit like to you guys. It's uncomfortable here. Like, the shadows are a little bit too full. At night, the streets are a little too empty. You know, people just like go into the woods and you never see them again, or at least you haven't yet. The citizens all seem like kind of to be ignoring it for some reason. Like, they complain a lot about like the raccoon problem, and like, there's no raccoon problem.
The greatest scapegoat when it comes to random monsters.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, there's all sorts of stuff, and I would like to say for brevity that Sheena and Finley, you two have kind of paired together temporarily, as hunters in this area are wont to do, to like share notes and compare like what you know, and like work together to like find certain prey or bring it down.
We probably had a moment where I tried to eat Finley.
I was gonna say, could we have like a kind of Airbnb situation going on here, like
What?
boarding together to save on costs?
Oh my gosh, are you guys roommates?
Yes,
Oh lord. Okay.
but like in the short-term sense of roommates.
I'm gonna have to try really hard not to eat you.
We don't have to like share the same room. If it's a house with multiple rooms, like
Let's not kick off immediately with a sister murder, but let's work our way up to that. So what I would like to say is that what you two have noticed by like talking to each other and talking to other hunters that you've kind of like had run-ins and run-outs with, is that there are a few different locations of note or like importance in town. It's a small town, but it's not like a village, I would say. You know that the church here, Angelic Choir Communion, is weird. People you don't think you've met anyone that goes to that particular church. Like, there's a second church that all the other citizens go to, and then there's that one, and like no one ever seems to go to that. There's the Red Wine Lounge, which is a hub and kind of a makeshift HQ for various hunters. The Red Wine Lounge is a sort of meet and greet and area where you can share information. It's been kind of like a set up monster black market there by the owner, whose name is Carmilla. And then there's the woods, of course. The woods are particularly strange, and then a little bit out past the woods there is a mountain range that overlooks a lake. And on the mountain there are a like a vacation camping lodge kind of area where like various um timeshare lodges and cabins have been set up on that mountain. So those are some areas of note.
So I think we should probably go to the Hunter Lounge first.
yeah, I think that would be a good spot to just drop in.
Get some information.
Get some more information on the various places.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll also like meet other hunters and figure out, does anyone else know what they're doing here? Were they called here too?
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I think we've already heard a little bit about that.
Yeah, this is that's all kind of the information you have gathered.
You said we've been here a while. What was the length of time again?
I'd say maybe 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
About
So,
2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So my idea is Finley is trying to actually find a job in this town. One, to actually kind of support this whole hunting thing, and two, to kind of be like, secret identity. You talk to the civilians with the job, and then you get on their good side rather than just being a stranger in the town.
Look, Mothman don't pay the bills.
Yeah.
Mothman is notorious for not paying bills. Everyone knows this. So yeah, where are you gonna go looking for a job?
They're probably looking for part-time jobs, so any sort of restaurants or fast food or
Absolutely.
should I be making these up, or are you putting them in the town?
If you'd like to make some up, you absolutely are welcome to. Well, we know that they have a Denny's. First off, right off the bat, we know they got a Denny's.
Everywhere has a Denny's.
Also, there's the Red Wine Lounge, is there. And I don't know, where else? What other restaurants are there?
I think the Denny's would actually be a pretty good spot. That's something people go to a lot, especially late at night. It'd be a lot easier to hear gossip from people passing through the Denny's.
Oh, well, if you're looking for a place that traffics gossip, the Red Wine Lounge probably.
Yeah, but I feel like that's a little more upscale than Finley could apply for.
I think they're also kind of looking for common knowledge where passerbys are saying stuff about what's going on rather than people who think they know what they're doing.
The Red Wine Lounge is a kind of hole-in-the-wall bar, I will say.
Well, it's like if the Red Line Lounge is already a thing for the hunters to hang out at and talk, then Finley can just go there, as opposed to spending 24 hours in a Denny's, having to order something every 2 hours or so.
How long is he working there?
No, Finley.
He's trapped in Denny's.
24 hours a day.
That's the plot twist, is that you never left the Denny's. Denny's is the monster, and it consumed you.
No, it's just the Denny's would be anyone passing through town, while the lounge is people who are staying in town kind of thing.
Yeah, okay. So you head over to the Denny's?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'd say they probably would have already sent in an application. I don't know if we want to do the interview actually in the roleplay, but we'll just say
why are you good for this job?
Straight up, roll plus charm, and I'll tell you if you got the job.
Right. Double ones plus one.
No. Yeah, here's the thing about small town Denny's is that small town Denny's never have job openings because they got who they need, you know?
They already got all the high schoolers in the town who are just waiting to get out.
They need one waiter and they good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Alright, well Finley will have to look elsewhere then.
You're at the Denny's and you're talking to the person that runs the establishment, the manager, whose name is Mary Ann. And Mary Ann is letting you down gently, is look, we're not hiring right now, we got all our slots filled. You look around, the Denny's is empty except for one youngish looking kid that is maybe about actually your age, or looks a little bit younger.
They're probably on their phone because no one's there to take orders.
Yeah, I was just about to say he's got his phone in one hand and and is with the other half-mindedly cleaning a table that isn't dirty.
Finley's just alright, I get it. You know anywhere else maybe that you could recommend me to, or anyone else hiring in town?
That's a good question. I think if you head on downtown, I'm sure there's some places that are available. I know Henry's always looking for assistants and temps. The The red wine lounge is hopping. I think Carmilla might be needing some new people on hand. And I think that the lodges actually don't have enough caretakers lately. I think you could probably maybe throw in an application there to be part of the clean up and maintenance crew.
Alright. So, Finley's probably gonna head back to the lounge then, if not to, like, actually apply, but just because the morning's like, oh, didn't get the interview, it's wasted.
Hey, Finley, where's your accent?
That sigh, though, that was amazing.
You're trying to get me to do an Irish accent.
Yes, do a Jacksepticeye.
Hey, Finley, are they always after your Lucky Charms? Like, I gotta know, like, what is the status of the charms?
Finley just opens her door and screams, "Top of the morning to you, laddies!"
Oh my god. Okay.
Good. Excellent.
So, and Sheena, where are you at this time?
I'm already at the the Red Wine Lounge, that place.
The Red Wine Lounge? Okay. So the Red Wine Lounge is, like I said, a kind of like a hole-in-the-wall, like, it's not quite a dive bar, because it's the only bar in town, really. There's maybe, like, 2 or 3, like, 3's maybe pushing it. But, they went for a kind of rustic vibe, and you're not sure if this was, like, a chosen aesthetic, or if just, like, part of being a bar in a small town. So, like, the lights in here seem dim, but that's just because there's like red covers on the chandeliers, so it's got like a lower red lighting. It's not particularly big in here. I would say it's probably smaller than your average fast food restaurant, but not that much smaller. There are a few round tables set up every once in a while, and there are like drapes, nice drapes over the windows, but besides that, everything has a kind of rustic wood look, lots of oak aesthetics.
It's like if somebody took red wine a little too literally.
Yeah. And there's some people that are like sitting at the tables. You see the bartender, Carmilla. She's behind the counter, and you see she is helping herself to kind of her own product. She's just like taking like a swig of some dark red liquid, and is like lounging about, like clearly is not interested in anything that is going on. In terms of patrons, you see who to be the sheriff, a kind of older, well, no, not older, I'd say middle-aged woman. She's of Hispanic descent, but is not pure Hispanic, so it's kind of mixed. And she is, you see she's in her casual gear. She's like in jeans and flannel right now, and she's at a table and she's drinking, and it looks like she's doing a Sudoku puzzle. And across the room, you see another gentleman who you think is roughly 8 feet tall and about just as wide. He's massive, and you see this man is sitting on like a tiny stool, but you think he's mostly standing for fear of breaking it. And he has squeezed himself into a nice suit that is just threatening to like shred at any second. It is not his size, and it's not like a good tight on him. It's like a bad tight. Like, he looks very uncomfortable, and he's got a kind of big, thick, shaggy, dark brown beard and like thick, long brown hair. He looks kind of like if Hagrid was jacked and then put on like a James Bond suit.
Nice.
And you see he has a mug of beer, and he is going over a map.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna go order a cocktail.
Coffee?
Cocktail.
Cocktail, okay.
I am classy.
Of course. So you walk up to Carmilla. She's behind the bar. She is a tall, very statuesque, like classically beautiful woman with long red hair that is kind of like done in rivulets. Or I'm sorry, ringlets. What is a rivulet? Um, and she is wearing like a loose tank top and black pants, and she kind of looks at you for a bit and goes like, I don't think we have that here.
What are you talking about? It's a bar. You can order anything from those.
She looks behind her at the various like alcohols and wines and beers and all sorts of stuff, and she just like, yeah, we don't.
You don't have bourbon cocktails?
She looks dead at a bourbon bottle and goes like, no, yeah, we're like all out actually. It's crazy. All this business, this really is more to do with kind of my desire to not do things. And like that's where she stops talking and she goes back to drinking.
I just stare at her. I'm just gonna stare at her for a really long time and contemplate eating her.
She narrows her eyes at you and she's like, look, if you want to drink that badly, like you can make your own. Like I'm not gonna stop you.
I may want it, but Sheena doesn't know how to make one. She just grabs the bourbon bottle and drinks it.
You see like Carmilla pull out her phone and go like, oh no, they stole the bourbon. Oh no. And she's like not paying attention to you at all anymore.
Well, fuck her too.
Alright,
Yeah, that's all I got. I'm pissed now. Sheena's mad.
does Finley come in at any point?
Yeah, Finley probably walks in around this time and sees Sheena kind of like storm off from the counter with a bottle of bourbon.
Finley goes up and is like, hey, can I get a bottle of ale?
Carmilla's like, oh no, we're out.
Finley just reaches across and puts down however much money the bottle would cost.
She's like, she gets you the bottle of ale and she like puts it down and just like takes the money. She doesn't even put it in the register. She just puts it in her pocket.
Wow. Well, Finley's like, thanks, and walks away, fully knowing that they are below the drinking age in America, even though they are drinking age in Ireland.
Yeah. Carmilla doesn't care.
Yep. And they go over to, Jamie, I forgot the name.
Sheena.
They go over to Sheena because they are roommates.
I forgot they were roommates.
Yeah, I'd say the way I'm thinking is they aren't roommates. They're like, since they're boarding at the same house kind of deal, because maybe someone's renting a few rooms.
You're across the hall from each other.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Probably because it was cheaper to have two people sign up for both the rooms rather than the person running it worry about trying to find another person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Finley.
Yeah?
How'd the interview go?
Not great.
I didn't get my cocktail.
Yeah, screw you too. You just like hear from like across the room.
I looked down and I'm just like, well, that's just as good.
It's a plain bourbon in a bottle. I'd chug it.
Finley starts chugging too, and they're like, oh,
We're just both chugging.
The huge man, the Jack Hagrid in the suit, like raises his like mug of beer to you two approvingly and like nods.
Who runs this place? Maybe I should go and try and replace her. Or maybe Finley. Maybe you could try and replace her. You want a job?
Yeah, but just so difficult to actually get one.
She's not doing her job.
Yeah, but what job is there to be done?
Make drinks.
She's basically a vending machine.
Yeah.
Rude. And that is Carmilla. You hear Carmilla go, rude.
Finley's like, I went up-handed handed you money and grabbed what I wanted.
She
That is a vending machine.
She just slowly raises her like glass of wine to like her lips and just like narrows her eyes at you and just like quietly drinks.
Finley's like, we could just replace her with a vending machine and we get more attention.
I agree. Let's petition to replace her with a vending machine.
I would love this fancy one that mixes all the drinks for you.
Ooh, that would be nice. Let's not find the manager. Where's the manager?
That's a good question. You could ask Carmilla.
She's not gonna answer.
You don't know. You don't know her life.
I'm done with talking to Carmilla.
Yeah, we're done with Carmilla.
Finley's done with socializing. Once you have that bad moment in the morning of your day, they're just like, alright, time to do nothing or sleep or...
Well, you have that other woman in one side of the room, and then you have the large gentleman in the suit on the other, if you'd like to speak to them.
Alright, where Sheena wants to socialize, so she goes over to the big man in the corner.
He looks at you and he smiles, and he has one of those smiles that like lifts up his entire face, you know, like full facial smile, like his eyes crinkle, and you see he looks older, like he definitely has some wrinkles around the eyes, and you can see now there are some gray hairs in his beard and hair.
So how's that beard coming?
He's like, it's fantastic. I made it myself.
Yeah,
And you hear Carmilla go, you sure did, buddy.
I made this bourbon myself. Just grabbed it from behind the corner.
He like chuckles and he is like, I applaud your craftsmanship.
Thank you, I worked very hard on this.
He reaches out a hand and like his hand is just a massive mitt. Just like it's huge. And he says, I don't think I've had the pleasure.
Sheena shakes his hand. She's like, my name's Sheena.
Hercules.
Hercules, huh? Is that an alias or your actual name?
It's more of a taken name.
Okay. It's a very cool name.
He like looks at you and winks and he goes, birth name was Heracles.
Oh. I see.
And like he like chuckles to himself some more and like you get the idea that he thinks he's hilarious.
Sheena just sips from the bourbon.
Quietly.
Finley kind of comes up to, like, stand next to the conversation in a way. Because they try to socialize, but they aren't great at it. So, like,
hey, Finley, meet Hercules.
They kind of wave and they're like, so anything new lately? In the sense of, you know, our hunting?
He goes, yes, actually. And he lays down a map of the woods, and you see he has circled several areas and then drawn lines between them, seemingly at random. And he goes, and he points at one in particular, and he goes, you see this? You see this circle? You see how it's about a few miles west out of town?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And then he follows the line over to the other circle, and he goes, it is not. It is actually here.
Oh.
Okay.
And he like he continues to point at the various circles and at the various lines and basically explain that it seems like the forest moves, or at least that walking through the forest does not traverse in the same way that normal physics would generally have you. He goes like, I walked about 5 minutes out of I took a 5-minute hike past this point, and he points at an area on the map, and he goes, it was about here, and he points a little bit further. He's like, that I fought a large bear. And then, after fighting the bear, I turned left. And after about half an hour of traveling left, and he follows his finger a little bit to a circle, and you see that circle has a line connecting it to an area of town that's like on the opposite side, and he goes, I ended up on this side of town.
Huh.
That's interesting. There's a couple things that could probably be different gravitational anomalies, maybe a portal of some kind that's just wide enough to not notice where it starts and ends.
Could also just be magic.
He nods and goes, but that doesn't explain the bear.
Was it not a normal bear?
It's a forest.
It was a very large bear.
So not normal-sized bear.
He does like the kid, like he extends his arms like it was this big.
Finley kind of like looks him over and then like raises an eyebrow and is like, "Are you sure the bear didn't think you were a bear?"
He's like, "It certainly did when I was finished with it," and then he like laughs again, and like slams his hand against his knee, and like you can hear like the strain on the suit, like it's about to like just like tear in like 8 different places at any given moment.
Oh, buddy.
Like you just hear like a high pitched whimper from the suit, pretty much.
This man is adorable.
And Finley's just like, "Well, so we should probably check out the places on the map. Mind if I take a picture of this?"
And he goes, "You can take it. I have another."
That's perfect.
Why do you have 2 maps with the same exact markings on it?
He laughs and he goes, "I don't have 2 maps. I have several." And like pulls out just like a bunch of like maps, and like they're like not folded. He's just like crumpled them up and like shoved them into like his bag, and he just like piles them on the table. And you see like similar circles and lines on all of them, but they never match.
Oh.
Finley notices that and is like, "So what's with the other maps then?"
He looks at them and goes, "I think this one was from last week. I forgot to date it. And this one," and he picks up another one that's like smaller, and you see he's like scrawled them on like the side of like a travel brochure. Like, you know how some travel brochures will have a very small like overhead map of the area?
Yeah.
You see, he has used one of those as a map, as an actual map, and is kind of like scrawled on like tiny circles and lines. And he goes, "And this one was also last week. I'm certain of it."
Okay, well, I take those 2 so we can have, like, multiple to cross-reference with.
Finley takes out their phone and just takes a photo of all of them and hands the map back to the guy.
He's like, "Thank you. You didn't need to do that, but I appreciate keeping my property. I was born with a very good sense of direction."
I mean, you gotta if the forest keeps changing.
And he's like, "North is that way." And he points in a direction, and you don't know if that's north or not.
I don't know. Pulls out iPhone, opens up compass. Is it?
Yeah, it's north.
Alright.
Way to freaking check his homework out of nowhere.
Alright, well, it's been a pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much for the maps.
It was a pleasure to meet you too, tiny people.
Everyone's tiny to you.
And he laughs and like slaps his knee again. He just goes, "You're right. You're all so very small."
As they walk away, Finley's just like, "I swear he's half giant."
You like look over at Carmilla, and she's like laid her head down on the counter, and is like also has her phone like propped up like in front of her, and is like pressing buttons but like lazily with a pinky finger.
I don't like this woman.
Well, Finley's like already mapping out on Google Maps where they're gonna go.
Sheena's looking over her shoulder. She's like, "So, what's the verdict?"
Finley like swipes around on the screen, like between the different areas that Hercules said that things were swapping, and they're just like, "From what I can tell, we just walk around until we find the new area that moves us to the other spot."
Alright, let's go do that then.
"That's a stupid plan." Carmilla just like yells it from across the bar.
Well, you're not coming, so shut up.
"I wasn't invited."
Finley's making a list of things that they think they'll need. Like, you know those little colorful ties that you put on trees and stuff in the forest?
Yeah.
They're thinking some of those to make sure that they've actually moved. Normal hiking gear as well.
And with the strips, we can like see if we can backtrack and see if like they moved or if it goes the same way and somehow it takes us back to the same place.
Yep. Finley's very meticulous about like how they go out on missions.
Yeah, it's been also 2 weeks, so I'd say you probably have that stuff already.
Yeah. Actually, one of my signature weapon is specialist weapons, basically.
Fantastic. What are they specialized for, though? You have to pick. They're not just special. You have to pick for what they're specialized against.
Yeah, that was gonna be when we decided who killed my parents.
Oh, we should probably talk about that. Who did the moiter?
Oh, actually,
Well, I will tell you. I'm looking at. I have like a cup. I'm gonna list off a few different monster subspecies that I have listed here for me and myself. We have monsters from Christian/Jewish mythology. We have cryptids. We have gothic monsters. We have monsters from Greek mythology, and we have fairies.
it's probably something Irish.
So fairies?
Um, maybe.
Fairies are the most Irish out of the ones you listed.
Yeah, faithful. That's not very helpful in America, but
I mean, it's Eden's Grove. Stuff is weird here. There's a giant bear in the woods.
Well, also, like you said, there's something calling everything here. So, I came from Japan.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
there's
all
a
right.
lot of stuff going on.
So they've got weapons to go against Fae, I guess, whatever that means.
Fairies are weak against cold, iron, I believe, and a few other like stuff. But I'm gonna say you probably just have some like specialized iron weapons.
All right.
You have a fly swatter, but it's made of metal.
You just carry pesticide with you. Like you don't know how big the fairies are. You're like, I think this should get them.
Okay, so we going for a hike?
Yeah.
Y'all are going for a hike.
Yeah, we're just gonna walk a bit and put the straps on the trees every once in a while.
Okay, so first of all, I would like to know who is leading the investigation.
Probably, Finley.
Probably Finley.
Okay.
Finley's like got everything set up. They probably already went back to their rooms to pick everything up and get
Great.
it all together.
So here's the thing about the woods around Eden's Grove is every time you enter the woods, I need you to roll plus sharp.
Oh.
All right. I got 4.
You got a 4?
Okay, I am rolling 2 dice, right?
Yeah.
You roll
Okay.
2 dice and you add them together, and then you add your sharp.
Okay, I'm just double checking because it's been a while since I've had to roll anything.
You roll 2d6. Okay.
Yeah, I got a 4.
So,
Do I get a experience?
yes, you do. Mark experience point for making fail. For doing a bad.
Finley was so ready. Their day is just not going great.
I will
Aw,
say
poor boy.
that you maybe hike for about an hour before you realize you have no idea where you are.
Oh wait, what about the tags? What about the tags? That's why they brought
We
them.
probably look back and they're gone.
Yeah, I was just about to get to that. You have lost track of your tags, and furthermore, when you look at the maps, like none of the circles and the lines seem to like match up or like relate to where you think you are based on like positioning. And when you pull out your phone's GPS isn't responding to you.
That's probably normal.
Sheena would like to climb a tree.
Do you check that app, like the compass app you have?
It doesn't work without GPS.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say your compass isn't working either on your phone.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like if your phone is on airplane mode or something, certain apps don't work. Without GPS, it's the same deal.
Yeah. So, and a few other things. Sheena, I guess you noticed this first since you're climbing a tree. You see some of the foliage behind you guys moving, and something large is
Oh.
coming towards you.
Okay, Finley would like to. Wait, does Finley notice? First of all?
No, Finley does not know currently.
Alright, then Finley can't really do anything.
I think according to him, Sheena just kind of disappeared because she turned into a normal spider and climbed up a tree.
Does Finley know about Sheena?
That's a good question. Sheena, have you revealed your powers to Finley at any point, or are you just like, nah, I'm a normal hunter just like you?
I actually don't know because I just realized I should have thought of that 10 minutes ago. I'm like, wait, does Sheena just is she open with it or does she try to hide it?
Well, are you? That's a good question. Here we are.
I'm gonna say she just doesn't mention it until it becomes
Relevant.
relevant. Yeah.
Okay. So Finley, I would say this has probably come up before.
Maybe it was a case of hey, you're gonna be watching me, make sure I don't kill the people who own this house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Finley knows, so if Sheena disappears,
Sheena's a spider right now.
Finley can generally guess that, but so I mean Finley knows that Sheena is doing something, but Finley still hasn't seen the plants move?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're a little bit off from where they're not right on you yet. So you Finley maybe is beginning to hear some stuff like branches and bushes being moved around by something moving. But but the only one that has an eye on the situation is Sheena.
Alright. So I think Finley would like to read a bad situation.
Go for it, Thug.
Because they're at least getting tipped off to the fact that they don't know where they are, so.
Yeah, for sure.
And with that, I have a 6.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back another experience, at least.
Yay!
Finley will be leveled up by the end of this episode.
Finley's learning a lot today.
He doesn't know how to read a map.
Yeah.
Poor boy. Child.
Sweet boy.
Nondescript gender person.
Sweet nondescript child.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Riley and I just kind of say boy to everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, I use boy indiscriminately, but that I probably shouldn't for just this character.
Yeah, coming from California, everything is dude.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to do the Austin Walker special.
I don't know what that means.
Me neither.
Well, it's a thing that people on Friends at the Table refer to, because their DM does this thing where when they fail rolls, he will still give them exactly what they want, but he will do it in such a way that they don't want it anymore.
Interesting.
So here's the thing: you learn everything you need to know, Finley. You know exactly what's happening because it's right on top of you, and you get a very good look at it as it bears down on you, it's right there. It's
okay. What is
it's inches from your face. And I did say bear down, and I realize now that is a pun, because you have run into the large bear that Hercules was talking about earlier.
Alright.
So you're looking at this thing, and it is definitely a massive bear. And another thing is weird, that it has joints. It's jointed. It has fur and it has flesh and it has eyes and it looks like a real bear. But the weird thing about it is at its neck and at its elbow and where its paw is, it has joints. So it looks almost like a puppet or maybe an action figure.
Don't like that.
And it has light blue kinda luminous eyes, and it is bearing down on you. I need to stop saying that. Yeah. So I need Finley to act immediately or bear stuff.
Okay. So Finley is going to I assume that's act under pressure at the moment.
It's act under pressure.
They're gonna roll to the side and pull out their hunting rifle, which they have.
Go for it, Thug. Roll.
Alright. So that's 8 minus 1, so 7.
7. Okay, so what happens on a partial success there again?
Act under pressure?
Yeah, on act
on
under
7
pressure.
and 9, the keeper is going to give you a worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. On a miss, things go to hell. So Worst outcome, hard choice, or price to pay.
Okay. Alright, here's the thing. You can totally do that, but you are going to get nicked by one of its claws.
Alright.
If that's cool with you.
I mean, I don't think I have a choice. It's just
and like here's the thing, you will be away from it, and you will have your weapon drawn on it, and you will be in a position to deal with it at your leisure, and like it will not be able to hurt you at any point, but you are going to take harm now.
Yeah.
Okay. How much armor do you have?
Oh, I mean, I don't think I chose armor anywhere.
I mean, you could very well just like not have armor.
Yeah, I'd say Finley doesn't. Wait. Oh no, I have 1 armor.
You have 1 armor? Okay, you take 2 harm. And, okay, Sheena, you see Finley kind of roll and get swatted a little bit by this bear paw as Finley rolls out of the way and draws a gun at it. What do you do?
I want to turn into a Jorogumo and drop down on it and bite its neck.
That'll be a kick some ass roll.
I got an 8.
An 8, okay. On an 8 for kicks some ass. This is fun, guys. Look at all the fun we're having. Okay, so you get to choose one of the effects from below. You gain advantage, take +1 forward, or give +1 forward to another hunter. You inflict terrible harm. You suffer less harm, and you force them where you want them. And here's the thing: you can deal damage to this bear for sure, but you are also going to suffer damage no matter what.
I just realized I get a vehicle.
Oh, yeah, a thing to talk about later.
Yeah.
I guess take less harm, since I know I'm gonna give it harm, which is 4.
So, yeah, you drop down on it and you just sink your teeth into its neck. Do you have like spider mandibles hidden inside your mouth?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. So you just drop down and you sink your teeth in, and you do a good hurt, and no one can take that from you. You know, like for sure, you did a good hurt.
I got good bites.
You got fantastic bites, and everyone is so proud of you and your various bites. And then it grabs you and flings you off. And you smack into a tree, and you're going to take 2. No, you're going to take 1 harm.
Okay.
And it roars at you menacingly, and as it does, you see blue embers kind of emit from its mouth as it just gives this unearthly scream at you.
I hiss back at it.
Okay. Finley.
Okay, so I guess Finley could probably do like. Is it going for
Sheena?
Sheena right now?
Sheena has definitely drawn all of its attention.
Okay. Then I'm gonna have Finley use protect someone on Sheena.
Okay.
Like for the next time that the beast attacks.
How do you do that?
So Finley goes over and in the small amount of time positions herself or themselves in such a way that they can point the shotgun straight at the beast and kind of like push it away if it charges.
Yeah, fair.
Because they have not loaded the shotgun yet.
Do you want to roll that?
Yeah. That's 8.
That's an 8, okay. Would you like to tell me what happens when you get a partial success?
On any success, i.e. 7 or more, you protect them okay, but you'll suffer some or all of the harm they were going to get.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. For sure, we're all very proud of you. The bear, like, as you get between, when you get between this weird bear and and Sheena, the bear just, like, its jaw unhinges, and it makes, the creepy, like, the creepy, like, loose creak that a loose wooden puppet mouth makes. Like, the jaw is no longer, like, firmly tightened, so it just, like, it just dangles open, and it like makes a really awful sound when it like drops down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
imagine that.
we've all seen those nutcrackers. It makes that sound, and then like a light blue kind of ghostly fire erupts from its mouth, and you are going to take 2 harm. Wait, yeah, 2 harm, and then you got armor, so you can subtract that.
Alright. Oh, I have Berserk, just so you know.
Okay.
Who is this small Irish child?
Angry.
Basically, Berserk means that no matter how much harm I take, I can keep going until the fight ends.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you don't get that game over screen until you kill the other guy.
Yeah, and then if my harm is above dying, I just instantly die.
Yeah, for sure. Okay,
Yeah.
so you just get engulfed in blue flame, and you know what? Doesn't feel good. Not a positive experience.
Probably not, but I do manage to direct it away from
Yeah.
Sheena.
Sheena. Sorry. I keep thinking shawarma, and that's why I forget.
You do save the shawarma, is the thing, though. Okay, Sheena, is there anything you would particularly like to do? Do you have some cool spider powers, or like a...
I want to
like
stab it with the katana.
You want to stab at it with the katana? Okay. That's a kick some ass roll. Maybe don't do bad.
9.
Oh. That's a partial success. That's not bad. Okay. So you get to choose one of the below.
Do extra damage.
Oh, wait. No, sorry. I read that wrong. Yeah, I thought you deal damage and you get to choose 2
Yeah.
of below on a 10 plus.
You know,
But
I
no.
just scrolled to it, and
Yeah, I'm
that's
looking
on
at
a
it
10
now.
plus. You get to choose those.
You choose 1, and on a 7 you just deal harm. Okay.
Yeah.
So how much harm does your katana do?
2.
Okay, describe to me your good cut.
Okay, after Finley leads it away, I'm going to leap at it and dig into it with my claws and stab it from behind into the back.
Okay. Yeah, I mean the bear isn't happy with it. Like the bear is
I'm gonna like see if I can hang on.
the bear is unamused, and the bear is going to turn into fog actually.
God damn it.
So you drop down and you hit the ground, and I'm not gonna like you did a hurt for sure. Yeah, you did a hurt, and then the bear just like goes amorphous underneath you, and it feels kind of for a moment like you're standing on a waterbed, and then it just poofs, and you like drop through the fog, and I need you to take 2 harm as
Don't
you are
like.
burned by this fog.
Fine then. Alright.
Finley gets up and they're like, well, he was right about the bear.
It's not a good bear.
It's a bad bear.
Could have been a little more descriptive, though. Would have been nice to know.
Yeah, I was just thinking a really big bear.
I mean, it is a really big bear.
No.
And now it's a really big fog cloud that is maybe bear adjacent.
Is it still here? Is it
Yeah,
still, like,
like
fightable?
you are all standing in like the fog. Like you are surrounded by fog now.
Okay. You made it sound like it had left when it turned into fog.
Yeah, no,
That's
it
why.
turned into fog, and now the fog is everywhere.
No. Okay, Sheena's gonna jump out of the fog.
Okay, act under pressure. And, give me some flavor. Give me some words. Are you scuttling with your...
Sheena tries to leap back and she trips over herself and falls onto her back and she's probably prone now. I rolled a 4.
Delicious.
Mark experience.
Mark that XP.
Thank you.
So... Oh man, all sorts of bad stuff happens to you when you do poorly on an act under pressure, huh?
Yeah, that's one of the worst ones, except for, like, magic.
Golly. Okay. So, the fog lifts, but that is because the fog has lifted up into the trees and it is coalesced into a new form. And you see a kind of humanoid figure with long, kind of spindly legs and similarly long and spindly arms. It is dressed in a trench coat.
Slenderman.
And
I was just thinking that.
no, it is actually portly. and it has a kind of rotund, kind of not bear shaped. It's no longer bear shaped, pear shaped torso, and it is wearing what looks to be like Victorian garments underneath the trench coat, and it looks at you, and it has it has like its face is very simplistic, like it has like a puppet face. Hmm. I think the closest metaphor that would maybe spring to Finley and Sheena's minds is like a Jack in the Box.
Yeah,
And
makes sense.
it is wearing a top hat at a kind of jaunty angle, and coming out of the top hat are two little red devil horns. And it drops down then from the thing, and it lands on you, and it is going to deal 4 harm.
Oh, good.
It just and it's on top of you now, Sheena.
Wow.
It just drops on you.
Well, I'm at max 8 hurt.
You're at max hurt?
Max hurt?
Max hurt?
Yeah.
You're already at 7?
That's no good. Okay. So, yeah. Hey, friend.
Wow.
Hey, friend, you're unconscious. Finley.
Finley, help!
Alright.
You
Wait,
maybe...
how did you get so much harm?
I got
What
hit. I got
happened?
hit for 1, then I got hit for 2, and then I got hit for 4.
Oh, I see, the 4. I didn't realize that. I had something that could have helped for that.
Oh, yeah? No, hey, yeah, tell me.
I have never again.
Tell me. Tell me all about it.
In combat, you may choose to protect someone without rolling as if you had rolled a 10, but you may not choose to suffer little harm.
You want to do that? You want to save Sheena from a...
Please.
Yes, because I can keep fighting even if I'm at max.
Okay, so you're gonna take that 4 harm instead.
Yeah, retcon. I didn't realize that it had gotten that bad.
Yeah, it drops down, and you pull Sheena out of the way, and it lands on the ground, and it just like kind of looks at you, and its head tilts, and it makes like a kind of clockwork sound, and then its leg just shoots out and plants itself in your chest, and you go flying.
Oh,
Oh, don't like.
so I get 4, and Sheena is back down to 3.
Yeah. So, where are you at, Finley, in terms of health? In terms of HP, well, harm.
I'm at dying, but I can keep going.
Fantastic.
Okay.
I would just like to say, for the record, that move I do have labeled as Big Kicky here.
Big Kicky.
This is very good.
That's the episode name. Episode name right there. Big Kicky.
Big Kicky.
Big Kicky.
Okay, Sheena would like to bite it again because she's pissed.
Here's the thing. Your bite can it has intimate range, so you can only bite people when you get like really up close and personal
Well,
with them.
yeah, Finley
like,
just pulled
within-
me out, so I assume I'm
Yeah.
still kind of close to it.
So no, you are maybe at hand range. You are not like you
Can
are
I
not like
jump
able.
at it?
You can, but it's going to like to get close enough without being hit. That is going to be an act under pressure.
Oh, okay.
You can swing your sword at it for sure, but your bite has intimate range, so I'm not just gonna let you like, oh, I can just sink my teeth into whatever. Like,
Okay.
intimate.
I'm gonna use my
Intimate is
katana
within
then.
hand range, so you have to be like hugging a person. It's that moment where like the vampire is holding the person and then sinks their teeth into the neck.
I have a question.
Go for it.
When it shot out its leg, did it shoot off its leg?
No, its leg is still its leg is actually still out in a straight line.
Okay, I want to cut off its leg.
Go for it.
Sticks my leggy out real far.
Never again.
That's an 11.
That's it. Oh my gosh.
Can I cut off its head too?
I will say, for this, you can deal harm, and I'm gonna say you force them where you want them, which is in a legless position.
Hell yeah.
So you just cut off its leg with your katana.
Yeah.
You just
I just swing down at it.
Yeah, you just sever the leg, and it turns and just stares at you, and then it slaps you.
Slappy.
And I want
It's big slappy.
I want you to take 2 harm.
Forget
1-800 are you slapping?
1-800 are you slap? And yes, they are. Okay. And it is
I'm
now
unstable now.
now that it has slapped you, it is actually going to hop away on its one leg. And it is kind of making weird jittery inhuman movements as it hops away.
As it runs away, I would like to shoot it with my shotgun.
Wait, real quick, how much harm does your sword do again, Sheena?
2.
2? Okay. And how much harm does your hunting rifle do, Finley?
2 as well.
Just for kicks. Okay, roll kick some ass, please.
Alright. I got 6.
Oh,
Oof.
Finley.
Okay. Just
Oh, Finley, I trusted you.
I don't know how to rectify this because it's running away, and like you should get her. Oh.
Shotgun backfires?
Yeah. How about your rifle?
I mean, can I really checkmark more than dying, though?
Are you at dying?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Finley's just gone.
No, yeah, Finley is going to disintegrate. You know what? I'm gonna be nice because it was running away. I will say that the bullet just misses, and you miss this opportunity, and it leaps up into the air, and it like vanishes into the tops of the trees. Like it easily clears 10 feet on the one leg.
Instantly, I collapse.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I carry you back to town, I guess, or try to. Because I don't know where we're going.
Probably a little easier with you as a spider lady. Like, you could probably make most of that trip as a spider.
So here's the thing: you're not dead yet, is what I will tell you.
I am dying.
You are dying. And you are unstable.
I'm just gonna throw you like a potato sack over my spider back.
So, Sheena, I would like you to roll plus sharp because the woods are weird.
Oh, I'm completely lost. Don't know where I'm going.
Where are you? What do you roll?
4.
Okay, mark another experience point. Guys!
Hey, I rolled some good stuff.
The roll of the dice are not helpful today.
No. Oof. Guys. Okay. So that was a total miss. Okay.
Yeah.
So you are lost still. Finley is still dying. You have no idea where you are. It's starting to get dark, and you can hear something following you. Wait, no. I kind of already pulled that trick before. You see it this time. You see a hand that has been stitched together from various pieces, like it's a patchwork hand, and where the wrist leads to the arm, you see there's just been an attached how do I describe this? A gear looking plate has just been put over it with a single human eye in the middle. And you see that like in the trees, just like following you, and it's like walking on like fingers. It's like doing the finger walk thing.
So this is a Legend of Zelda dungeon.
Low key, yeah. It's a human sized hand.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna.
Alright.
Can I check Finley's phone to see if it has any reception yet?
Yeah, you totally can, and you know what? It doesn't.
Ugh.
Does this count as the same fight?
No, this is a different fight. Well, no, this isn't a fight at all yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I get to, like, revive during the fight?
This isn't a fight, I would say, and you were just dying and unstable.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say, like, maybe you can, like, come to and talk a little bit, but you are in no, shape to make actions.
I'm gonna climb a tree again and just kind of see it. Well, I figure I can just, like, hold them with my arms, and, like, my legs will climb.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I'm gonna, like, do that to just try and get away from anything else that might be following us, and also see if I can see where we should go.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You can just do that. You climb up and you see that you are closer to the mountain and the lodging area than you are the town, but that is both good news and bad news because you now know where you are, and you know that there's a road from the lodges to the town that you can easily follow. However, you know you are like away from medical attention.
Okay. Can I jump from treetop to treetop so I can still see where the town is so it doesn't move?
You want to do like some bullshit Tarzan stuff?
Yes.
Are you using webbing? Is this a Spider-Man
Ooh.
situation?
Hell yeah, I don't know how that works, and I don't want to think about it.
Okay, so we agreed that like your weirder spiderness is going to be represented by a use magic roll. So I want you to
Okay.
roll use magic.
How does that work?
Roll plus weird,
Oh, good.
and we will have a conversation afterwards.
I got a
Uh,
9 then.
Finley, how are you doing?
He's just kind of dangling right now.
Yeah, I'd say if Finley does wake up, it's probably so awful that the most they can do is focus on breathing with crushed ribs.
Oof,
Yeah.
yeah. It's not ideal. It's, you know what? I'm gonna say it. It's not a positive experience.
Do I get to mark another experience?
You take 5 experience from the awful day you're having. No, okay, so on a 7 to 9 it works imperfectly. Choose your effect and a glitch. Your keeper will
Yeah.
decide, but so
I got a 9.
so yeah, it works imperfectly.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say, do one thing that is beyond human limitations. And
Oh my gosh.
what?
I just thought of something that's totally OP. So, like, if I had marked luck to avoid all harm from that 4 damage hit, I would have completely protected you and not gotten hurt.
You maybe should have done that, good friend.
I didn't think about it
Yeah.
because we normally try to save luck, but then I realized this is just a intermission. So
I mean, we might do more with this, like, later when yours is done.
We're playing this 2 weeks in a row, aren't we?
yeah, but like, what am I gonna use up all 7 luck?
You're gonna
in
blow
2
through all,
weeks?
so that would be amazing.
Nah, the dying's more interesting.
Okay, so what is your what is the glitch with the webbing?
Oh, I guess effect is weakened because I still have 3 harm.
Okay, so the way I will
Or problematic side effect.
I will represent oh. Okay. No, yeah, problematic side effect, and the way I will represent this is, you know, you are alone with Finley. And Finley is like in no state to fight back, is the thing. And like they're looking pretty tasty.
Oh,
Oh gosh,
Like they're looking
I'm already all tenderized.
buddy, I'm sorry. Alright, do I have to roll cool?
I want you to roll I want you to roll plus cool.
Jamie, if you fail, you had better use a luck.
I'm so sorry.
What did you get?
Got a 6.
Alright,
Okay, so you can spend a luck point to succeed if you want.
on not eating me, or I could spend a luck hurt on not getting hurt, but like,
To not eat your good friend Finley.
My good roommate.
Your good pal.
wait, but at this point, if I suffer any damage, is it really making it worse?
Yeah.
Yeah, that puts you from dying to dead.
Because I already have over 7,
Mm-hmm.
so like,
Fine, I'll use luck. I won't eat my good roommate and pal.
can you just like get out of there in some way? Because I'd really like this character to continue.
Oh yeah, for sure. You can spend a luck to get out, and I will say that with that, you do make it to the lodges.
Should I say that I spend 1 luck because I pretty much died?
No, you're not dying. You're not dead yet. You're just dying. I will say.
I'm at 9.
You're at 9.
Yeah,
What?
because didn't I get more harm?
For when?
I don't know. It was just like you were talking about.
You took the 4 harm, and that's it.
Yeah, you haven't been hurt since you were kicked in the
I
chest.
thought you were talking about I would be getting more harm from something.
Yeah.
That was like more than.
No, that if I ate you, you would get more harm.
Yeah, you're like when suffering.
No, earlier,
Oh.
earlier, before then.
Oh,
Like,
when you
we
were on the tree and you were trying to shoot the gun, we were trying to decide if you got hurt
Yeah.
or not. We decided no.
Yeah, no, because they were
Right.
running away.
So I am just at 7.
Yeah. Okay, lovely. You're just at dying.
It's fine. Everything's good.
Yeah. Like, don't even worry about it.
So
I just feel bad for making Jamie spend a luck point.
no, it's fine.
It's okay.
I get them to a hospital.
Okay, so you make it to the lodges, and you immediately put away your weird spider legs, and
Yeah.
do you, like, hide the katana? What do you do? How do you approach that?
I think we agreed that I'm wearing a dress that I like tuck the katana under.
Yeah, okay. You have, like, a thigh strap for it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and you pull them into the lodges, and do you just, like, yell, like, help, help, 911, 911, like,
No.
It's a vicious bear
how
attack.
do you approach this?
I throw them on the table and say, "Hey, my friend needs help."
Very casually. Okay, you see this gentleman who was sitting at the table before you ruined his day. And he is...
Hey, all of our days are being ruined.
I mean, there's blood on my red dress now.
Yeah,
Well, that's why you wear red.
he is a red-headed individual. He is currently shirtless, and he is wearing swim trunks, and he has been sipping lemonade, and then you just throw this person down on his table, and he just, like, stares for a moment and goes like, "Oh!" and, like, gets up and is like, "We should, like, call a hospital. Jeez."
I took him to a hospital.
Yeah, okay. Good call. You call 911?
No, I thought I already took him to a hospital.
We only just got out to the lodges.
Okay, well,
You can't carry me down the road from the lodges. That's probably like a mile.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
I would maybe, like, if you do that, I would like you to roll to, like a help, or I would maybe have Finley roll a act under
Oh,
pressure
good.
to not die.
I got an 11 plus what?
I forget. I think it's bonds with that person, so it'd be +1.
12.
Neat. Yeah, okay. So with that, you get Finley to a hospital, and Finley is put in said hospital. You know, like, it's cool. Don't even worry about it.
All right, do I have to roll?
Nah, I will say
Do you have
Okay.
to roll to live?
Well, he said something about that.
yeah, but that was before that very good roll, and the fact that one of you had to roll, and Jamie rolled for you. So you are at a hospital, and you are no longer dying. And you know what? You're not feeling great, but you know, on second thought, you don't think that your ribs were maybe that crushed.
I think I also need some help because I'm at 5.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're
Oh, you're
unstable.
unstable.
You also need medical attention. So you just are both, like, in hospital beds, like, and there's just teams of nurses rushing around and helping and like looking after you, and they are, like, losing their minds. There's bandages are being brought in. They're like talking to you, like, trying to figure out what happened, and then everything kind of stops, and they're just frozen in place.
Oh.
And you see Hercules walk into the room.
Hi, friend. That was not a bear.
He goes, "So that went pretty poorly, I'm guessing."
Does it look like it went well?
"I don't know. I haven't seen the other guy."
I don't know their max HP, so I don't know either.
He's like, that could have gone better. And he, like, scratches his
Finley just turns over and is like,
chin
that was
thoughtfully.
the worst.
And Hercules pulls out his phone, and he starts dialing a number, and he's like, "Well, you'll get it right next time, I'm sure."
What?
And
Hold up. What?
as Sheena is expressing her discomfort with this idea, you both find yourselves back at the Red Wine Lounge.
No.
And you were pretty sure you were talking about something, but you can't quite remember.
So do we not remember anything that just happened?
Wait, do we like have our bourbon back and whatever, or?
You have a weird sense of deja vu. And you're like, what were we? Ah, right. And Hercules is in front of you, and he is, like, pointing at the various maps, and he's like, "You can take whatever you need."
Dang. Okay.
don't like.
But we can't express that in character because our characters don't
No,
know.
that was out of character.
Yeah, you have the feeling that something is off, but you do not know what.
So I'm assuming we have all our HP back.
Yeah,
Harsh.
Sorry about your luck, Jamie.
the luck does stay the same though.
How
Yeah, I
dare.
figured. That's normally the case. That's the thing that carries over.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that'd be actually really cool if we end up using most of our luck in this constant loop, because that's like the reason to have a loop like this.
Hey Finley, why don't you take pictures of all these maps?
Finley kind of like wakes themselves up and they're like, "Oh, all right, yeah, that's a good idea." And they take all the photos.
So you see Hercules is like leaning on the table and he has his arms crossed in front of him and he's staring at you two intently and you notice that he has kind of golden brown eyes and they're narrowed thoughtfully and he goes, "So you're planning on heading off into the woods then?"
Yeah, I think so. Just gotta check things out.
Maybe we have to get ready first. Gotta get some supplies. I'm thinking maybe tags, something to mark our path along the way.
That
Yeah.
could be helpful. He strokes his chin thoughtfully and shrugs and takes a swig of beer.
Finley kind of is like, so do you often map the area?
Hercules is like, "When I have the time. I don't make it out as often as I would like. I am here on business."
What kind of business? Other than, the hunting. Or is it the hunting?
Family business.
Alright. Finley knows not to press.
I assume some God of War stuff that going on?
Nothing so edgy.
That's good to hear.
Just keeping an eye on a nephew.
Finley nods. This is way out of their, social comfort zone.
Their comfort zone. They're like, "I'm sorry I asked." Oh, gosh.
It's way too much information about your family. I need to go.
Well, see you later then, I guess.
Yeah, Finley goes as well.
Neat. So, you head on out. Do you head to the woods?
No, they head back to their house to pick up the supplies.
Yeah.
And then we go to the woods.
And then you go to the woods.
Also, Finley has a vehicle.
Yeah, do you want to take your vehicle this time?
Yeah, let's take the vehicle.
Yes.
What kind of vehicle do you have, friend?
I was thinking the pickup, something that's
A pickup,
old
yeah.
and cheap enough for them to get while they were in the States.
Great. It's gonna be a good time.
While we're getting the car, why don't we take the road? And just kind of see if the road does the same thing as the map, where it's all wonky.
Ah, guys. That fight should have gone even worse.
What?
I just read over its character sheet to refamiliarize myself with with the monster's powers, and it has an ability that I forgot to include.
Oh no. Guess we'll find out later.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
No, don't be sorry.
But it's okay. You guys met Big Kicky.
Big Kicky.
Big Kicky.
Big Kicky was a thing that I got to have happen, so that's all right. And to be clear, I can never hit you with Big Kicky unless someone fails a kick some ass roll or to act under pressure.
Oh,
That makes sense.
So thank you for that.
you're welcome.
You've kind of made my day.
But our characters don't remember.
No, you have a creeping sense of deja vu, but you do not currently remember
We
it.
feel like we shouldn't go that direction without our vehicle.
Yeah. Fair. And also, what you did, you took a hiking trail. You can't necessarily take that same trail if you're taking a vehicle.
Yeah.
You'd be taking that
Yeah.
road.
We just feel like we shouldn't be hiking because we feel like something would go wrong.
Yeah. You're like, maybe we shouldn't just wander into the woods in a random direction.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'd say we probably even drive up the road to the lodges, because that kind of goes through the forest, because the lodges are a little way in.
So you head up towards the lodges first?
Yeah,
All right.
probably another part of that deja vu.
So the lodges are a beautiful section of town. There are a lot of these timeshares and like log cabin areas kind of placed together uh, on the lower side of the mountain, so it's kind of near to the lake, so you can kind of see a view of it, but it's not high up on the mountain. And you see that there are a lot of people here actually. It's summertime, and you imagine that it's probably a busier time of year for them. And you see a lot of people with kind of like shaggy hair wandering around. They all seem to know each other. There's like there's a huge amount of people here, and they're all having like an in party and an in jokes with themselves as you pull up.
So I'm gonna say that because this is like a completely new experience, that it probably doesn't have as big of a feel of deja vu.
Yeah, no, you no longer feel that creeping sense of deja vu.
So Finley feels better to like take a bit and talk to people instead of heading on with what they were gonna do. They have all day. It's
Hmm.
still pretty early in the day.
For sure.
So Finley's gonna find a parking spot and before they head out into the woods, just like ask around the lodges and stuff.
Absolutely. So you come to a woman who is dressed in like short jean shorts, and is wearing like a flannel jacket and has a green baseball cap over their head. She has kind of dark blonde hair, like it maybe was lighter and it's kind of turning brown as she gets older. And she has a lot of freckles. And she is kind of sitting cross-legged on a rock and is drinking and eating off of a paper plate. And she sees you approach and she smiles warmly at you.
Finley kind of does the awkward wave and goes up and is like, "Hey, have you heard any news about the bear lately?"
She's like, a bear? Can't say I've run into a bear in the woods. Mostly just wolves out there.
Yeah, we just got news that someone like came across a bear that was a little aggressive on the trails. We were gonna check it out, but might just be a good idea to not have as many like trail tours or whatever you have up here at the lodge. Just for the moment.
Yeah, just give a quick warning to everyone else going here, thinking of going on hikes. Stay on the trail.
Now, granted, the guy who saw the bear was large enough to basically be a bear himself. I think there might have been some territorial issues there, but it's always good to be sure.
She's like, oh, that guy.
You know him?
Yes.
She's like, yeah, I know Hercules. He comes around every once in a while.
What can you tell us about Hercules? Apparently, he's pretty big on maps.
Yeah, what's the story?
I don't know. He's with some company. He, came in here on leave looking after a nephew or something. I'm not sure. He takes a lot of hikes. He,
Yeah, he certainly seemed like he took a lot of hikes. He showed us all his maps.
he is friends with Henry, I think. He and Henry, I see them talking a lot. But, he mostly keeps to himself.
Was Henry already introduced and I just missed it, or?
Yeah, you did hear that Henry is always looking for assistance at the Denny's.
So, who's Henry? I've heard a bit about him. What's he do?
She's like, "Oh, Henry's a sweetheart. He's a little awkward, but he moved into town a few years ago, and he's really ingratiated himself into the community. He's how do I describe him? She like leans back and like thinks for a moment, and she's just like, "Sweet's a good word. Kind of nerdy. Keeps to himself a lot."
But what does he do?
She like furrows her brows, and she's like, "You know what? I don't think I ever asked him. He's always busy though. I see him running around."
Maybe we should check out Henry.
The woman on the rock is like, "Oh, so y'all are gonna go see Henry?"
Sounds like it. Guess we'll have to put off that hike till a little bit later. Um, Finley like kind of looks towards the forest and gets that like bad feeling again.
Yeah, you just
like when they mentioned the hike, they're like, I don't want to anymore.
like you just faintly hear Kill Bill sirens like in the distance, like wee. Anyway, so the
Finley is Irish and superstitious. If anything involves deja vu, that's bad.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So the woman takes a bite out of her cheeseburger and is like, when you see Henry, tell him Belle said hello.
All right. Let's go find Henry.
That would normally be the case when you see someone for the first time, but okay.
How do we find Henry?
Yeah, we were walking back to the truck and we're just like, so how do we find Henry?
Let's look for a frantic boy running through the streets.
You just set up camp in a bush somewhere?
We have binoculars and we're just looking around watching everyone.
Well, we could check around town. He's got to stop by places eventually. People probably have seen him.
Yeah.
I mean, I doubt he comes up all the way to the lodge that often, but anywhere in town where he's like walking by, someone's gonna be like, oh yeah, I just saw him 15 minutes ago. If he runs around that much.
Let's just go back to that lady and just, hey, where's Henry?
So, a thing that Belle would have told you is that he has set up shop in downtown Eden's Grove.
Oh, well, that's helpful.
Yeah,
Good to know, Belle.
Let's go to downtown Eden's Grove.
There you go.
That place.
Amazing. So y'all head on down to y'all head on down to downtown Eden's Grove, and what you eventually find is that there's like a small office building, kind of. It looks like not really an office building. It looks like a section in like a strip mall that was never bought and filled in, and you see it has been kind of like at like whatever it was supposed to be, it has been bought by Henry, and he has kind of set up shop inside of this building, and it's nicely furnished. You see inside there's a couple of bookshelves stationed, and a few tables with chairs and a kind of waiting area arranged, and then towards the back you see he's set up a kind of a desk with a computer, and Henry is a kind of is on the smaller side. He's kind of short. He has a nicely combed raven black hair, and has bright blue eyes, and is wearing glasses. And he is dressed in a polo and khaki shorts, and he is typing on his computer inside of this building.
So Finley kind of just comes in and is like, I heard you were looking for assistance.
Henry looks up and smiles at the two of you and goes, I'm always looking for assistance. Hi, I'm Henry. Nice to meet you. And he extends a hand and shakes yours, and he goes, well, if you would like, I could kind of go over what I do here. But I'm sure if you are asking for an assistant position, you already have some idea. And he gets up and he starts walking over towards the bookshelves, and he starts like shuffling through them and like pulls out a binder and like turns at the no, and he's just like staring at you two, like kind of like dumbstruck, holding this binder. He's like, you don't know?
Finley's like, no, I know, but I can't seem to explain it to my friend here. Why don't you explain it?
Oh, well, I'd love to actually. Just come over here, and he sets down the binder and he opens it, and you see he has several maps lined up, and is has flips through them a little bit, and he goes, "I am here extensively as a private eye, and I have been kind of investigating the town a little bit, and writing down just what people tell me, and what I notice."
Finley's like trying to nod as if she's heard this before, and is just like doing this for the sake of um, Sharna, Shawarma,
Shawarma. Sheena.
Sheena.
Sheena's just like doing the big fluttery eyes, just like, yes, please tell me more.
He blushes. He's like, oh, well, my work and my brother keep me pretty busy. I mostly take notes and make graphs. I make a lot of graphs, and he flips through the binder a little bit more, and he's just has graphs and pie charts, and
Sheena slides a little bit closer to look at them.
he slides it a little bit closer to you, and at the same in the same movement slides himself away. So it's almost as if like the effort of pushing the binder has kind of repelled him. And he goes, what you be doing is extensively collecting information for me, and creating the graphs and notes, and helping share this information so that I can keep more documentation, and hopefully this will help me find what I'm looking for and who I'm looking for. And if you'd like, I can offer to pay you. And he kind of starts rambling a bit more about the various duties and things that he'd be needing you to do while he flips through the binder. And it's a poorly organized binder, not gonna lie.
Finley's like, question, Henry, do you happen to have an uncle named Hercules?
No, Hercules isn't my uncle, but I know him well. He's a good guy. Good guy.
Yeah,
Alright,
he
just
called you
wondering.
his nephew.
No, I don't. I think he might have been talking with someone else.
He's like, oh, yeah, yes, I know about his nephew, but
Oh,
no,
different one.
not related by blood. Not related by blood.
All right, so what's our first thing you need us to do then?
He's like, wow, you move fast. You move fast. Give me a moment. And he starts flipping through the binder. And he's like, well, I'm gonna be honest. One of the main reasons why I moved here is because I was looking for my brother. Haven't found him yet.
Looking for your brother?
Looking for my brother.
Well, we'll let you know if we find him.
And he pulls out a photo and slides it over, and it is of a taller, more muscular, person who has kind of what looks like brown hair that kind of has been dyed blonde a while ago. So it's very much brown at the roots, and then after a bit it turns kind of a dirty blonde, and it is pulled back into a messy man bun.
I know the look.
Yep.
He is also not very clean. He is not clean shaven, so there's some scruffle and shadow. And he has kind of a more wild look about him and his dress. He's like wearing like like shredded jeans, but like the ones that were bought that way, and is wearing like a heavy metal band T-shirt.
Oh.
And he has a
Finley's
yeah.
like, does he happen to be in an indie band or perhaps a hiker who lives in his van?
Uh, Ed never was much of a musician. Not gonna lie. Couldn't sing. Didn't have patience to learn notes.
No rock climbing or anything?
He does what he pleases. If he feels like rock climbing, he probably went rock climbing. Maybe that happened. Maybe he went rock climbing. Maybe he fell down a mountain. And he kind of like you see Henry kind of cock his head and like think about it for a moment. He's like, probably didn't fall down a mountain.
And you've lived here for 2 years, and the person didn't like say, "Hey, go find your brother."
No, yeah, that's how I found out. I moved here looking for him, but haven't found him. But people see him around every once in a while. He doesn't visit. Doesn't visit.
Well, we'll definitely keep an eye out for him.
Henry smiles and is like, thank you. Furthermore, and then he walks back over to the bookshelf and he pulls down 2 binders and he just hands one to Finley and one to Sheena. And he's just, rigorous note taking. Rigorous note taking.
Finley like pulls out their iPhone. They're like, "I can take notes."
No. He opens the binder, and you see this one is far better organized, and you see like it has sections for each of the areas in town. It has like an area that is just like you can see it's based for profiling. And there are several other like blank pages, and you see maps and various details. Like these binders have been filled with templates for people to fill out.
Wow.
It's like rigorous note taking.
This is good.
Thank you. I worked hard on one, and then I copied and pasted the rest.
So does Sheena open hers and it's not as well organized?
No, it's exactly the same in every way.
Finley like takes it
Okay.
and then like types in a note on their phone to scan everything and digitalize it.
Finley's like, what is this 20th century garbage?
Sheena just kind of slowly closes it and holds it down at her side, and she's like, "Okay, we'll do some stuff then, I guess."
Fantastic. I can't offer you much. Gonna be honest, can't offer you much. As you are basically interns, and also I don't have money to pay a regular salary. But the more information you bring me, and the more of the binder you fill out, the more I will be willing to compensate.
All right.
We'll do it by commission. Everything interesting we find, you can match its value.
Fantastic. And if you see Ed, let me know.
Ed.
Yeah, that's my younger brother's name, Ed.
All right. We will definitely keep an eye out for him and take vigorous notes.
Rigorous note taking. And he like taps his forehead, like he like does the thing where people like tap their temple to like show like thinking, like the thinking symbol. He just taps his temple and is like, yeah. And he walks back around to the other side of the desk.
Small boy.
Finley like waits until they get outside and is like, so he doesn't actually do anything.
Oh.
As far as you know, he did have his own binder.
Yeah, I feel like he didn't tell us everything.
So he said he was a detective, but the only thing he said he was looking for was his brother, so...
Yeah, I feel like he's doing a bit more than just that.
I don't see why we can't just force his brother to meet up with him.
Well, first we gotta find his brother.
Oh, we could just get the sheriff to arrest him or something.
He seems like a delinquent.
Well, I guess we should go on that hike then? Unless we want to take rigorous notes on random people.
Are there maps in the binder?
Yes, but they do not have any notes on them. You think that Hercules probably got a lot of his notes from Henry?
Oh, Finley was just gonna copy the stuff in her phone or their phone into the binder in one of the maps, like layer them all together on one map because they can't do that on their phone.
It's a mess.
It is probably a total mess, but it's just like
It's like more red ink than it is map at this point.
and they fake some, like, comments next to it that say, like, brother avoiding Henry, question mark, with teleportation forest.
It's like it's the Sherlock thing where you just have like the white words like floating around your head, but it's just like bear, brother, bad, Irish.
No, Finley's reasoning is they're gonna write this in because it's kind of that thing where you BS half of your homework because you don't know if you'll have the time to actually finish it later.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you do all the easiest things. It's like that.
Mm-hmm.
Finley's just writing everything they have currently, even if it doesn't relate, just in case they don't find much later.
Great.
Yeah.
Alright, and Sheena just writes some stuff about some of the people that they've met. Like, probably some of the people that are housing with them where they live. Belle, and...
Does Hercules get a page?
Yeah, Hercules gets a page.
Oh yeah, Sheena's probably much better at the personal stuff.
Y'all didn't say Belle said hi.
Oh no!
If this were the sprawl, I would advance a clock so hard. Y'all screwed up!
We're already further ahead. We probably walked away. I can't just stick my head in and be like, Belle says hi!
Yeah, no, it's too
By the
late.
way, I totally thought about it, but I couldn't remember the name, so I didn't bring it up.
Oh.
And that's exactly what Finley would have done. They're like, someone wanted us to say hi, but I don't remember who, so I'm not gonna mention it.
Don't you worry about it, yeah. Okay.
Well, now Sheena feels bad.
Sheena feels bad, and Finley's just like, well, I avoided it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Sheena's probably doing all the personal stuff, because Finley just doesn't like people.
Alright.
So Finley's, like, writing all the info in the journal, while Sheena's getting all the, like, people data.
This is all very good.
So what's the plan?
Well, I suppose we should maybe just check out the trails. And Finley, like, groans at that idea, because, again, the deja vu every time they say that.
Let's follow the road and see if it does the same thing as the forest.
Sounds like a plan.